Hello, everybody. How's it going? This is it. PiFlow Digital Marketing, Toronto.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 3 of the official TriFlow Podcast, where business meets growth. I'm your host, of course, Joe Van. With me, as always, Sal. The two of us are going to be bringing you interesting conversations from people across the business spectrum. If you're interested in things like marketing, capitalistic venture, and just all things business, you've come to the right place. So, with us today is our second guest from America, so that's always exciting. There seems to be a lot of business there. Yeah.
Oh, America, yes.
Yeah, America's a big country.
The best way to describe our guest today is a tour de force when it comes to starting or upgrading podcasts in general. Daxy, if you'd like to say hello to the audience.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just struggling holding my phone straight right now, but I think we're good.
What's going on with the phone?
No, I'm good. I'm just trying to lay it somewhere, but I'm good now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think the phone thing is yeah, there we go. It's I have this little tripod that I just put it on, and that's like how I have it set up. Oh, we can't hear you for some reason.
No, that's delayed.
Oh, that's delayed. Okay. Right. Sorry, I'm watching you on the This is funny on the laptop, and it's delayed. And but yeah, I think I need to go in here. But yeah, Daxy, let's go ahead and let's jump right in and the way that how I just want to connect the audience and how this came about is we just started doing these podcasts once a week, and we're trying to get consistent, and we're gonna be doing our podcasts once every Thursday night around 9 p.m. And I saw your post about podcasts. I'm like, wow, we're doing podcasts, and his post on about podcasts, and I'm like, okay, let me reach out. This is awesome. He's doing something cool about podcasts, and I've always kind of stalked you on Facebook, seen your profile and things like that, and what is this guy up to? What is he doing? He's doing podcasts, etc. And the opportunity presented itself. I contacted you, and you're like, yeah, I'm doing this thing, which we're gonna talk about after. So stay tuned if you're interested in about learning more about podcasts and things like that. Basically just a little project, or maybe a big one, huge one that Dax is working on, and we're going to be telling you about it after. We had a quick chat, and you were open to coming onto our live, our way of doing the podcast this way, and here we are. So I'm going to hand it over to Joe, who's going to be our host and going to kind of guide our conversation. We're going to ask you a couple questions and finish off with the project that you're working on.
Cool.
And first off, welcome again, Daxy, for being on.
Yeah.
First question I have for you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think it would be cool if we did half here and then half on IG. Yeah, if you guys want to. Or if you have questions that you would want to ask on IG too, so yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's a good idea. We'll start with the basics, and then we can sort of go over similar things and maybe expand on them, switching over, if that works for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, first question: is Daxy Perez your real name? Because it is beyond catchy. It's you won the lottery as far as names go.
Yeah. So it's actually my gamer name. So I used it when I made it when I used to play video games. I don't play them as much anymore. And it was intentional. When I was going through a personal branding course, I hired a mentor, paid him a lot of money to help me, because before August last year, I had no personal brand. I was completely behind the scenes. I was working with clients. I was that guy who was no one knew who he was, but I was working with some big people. And it wasn't until I had the right person, and I knew my real name. I could tell you, it's boring. There's 100 people. I have this thing with I don't know why everyone names people the same name that's out there. Who cares about John or Peter and stuff so I wanted a unique name, because I know branding is all about being unique and different. So if you're,
Yeah.
it starts with your name, I guess. And I know a lot of people who are big who don't use their real name for that reason. So yeah.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I just use parts of my real name, but I have thought about that a few times because if you have a name that it's just easier on the ears too, right? Like I have a long Dutch last name, and it's people usually get confused on how to say it. If it's something that's quick, 1 or 2 syllables, usually does the trick. So,
but I mean, at the same time, it's not end all be all when you have people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's popular. He does not have.
That was back before they had.
Yeah, that was before there were social media handles.
Yeah, but also like musicians, they have stage names too, right? Like if you're a musician, like an artist, or like Lady Gaga, like people like that, they have stage names too. So yeah, I mean, I really love the concept of personal branding, and like having a catchy name helps. It's just like it's so memorable. Like you remember Daxy. Like I'm never like Daxy. It just took me like I'm horrible at remembering names.
I'll always remember that name.
Yeah, Daxy's just so easy, right? So yeah, you want something easy that people can remember and it's quick, right? So yeah, cool. That's awesome, man.
I don't know if I dodged your question there. Was there a question there?
No. It's totally fine. Because that was one thing that I was thinking about. That can't be real. That's too good of a name.
No. So no. But if I ever have a child, I'm gonna name him something that's not out there. Just because I feel like everyone's just like they just cash in on the name. Like let me just have a Bible name, like all this stuff. Like no, you can give people unique names. So yeah.
And plus, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you don't choose your name, and that is kind of obviously you have, but what happens when you grow up and you're just, the concept of it is just really strange. Where it's like the one thing that everybody calls you and you identify with, you don't get to choose.
At first, it was hard. At first, it was hard for me to like tell people my name. It was weird because I wasn't used to it, and it was like creating a new identity for me. So, which, it's pretty fun.
Nice.
Which is part of just to go on a tangent, which is part of branding is finding your unique voice and putting yourself out there. And so sometimes you got to kill your old self to become something else. So yeah.
The Phoenix concept, the concept of becoming, going from a boy to a man in psychology. I mean, obviously that's not in the field of business, but yeah, I don't want to do things like that. It's important in just basic sort of growing up, right?
Well, it's
find your own.
Yeah, and it's totally business too, right? Because like you want to be able to present your best self to people, right? And having that version of yourself that's so true to whatever stuff that you're trying to provide and put out there to people to see. They're going to see that from that one lens that you push through. That's more efficient. That people like to see and watch, and people are attracted to, because you also got to keep people's attention and keep them keep them attentive. Especially there's so many other things that are going on. So if it's not efficient, and if it's not like clear, attractive, clear, concise, and has a good foundation, then people really don't know what it is that you stand for. So no, like in business, personal branding and business branding, and that's kind of what we're doing also for PiFlow right now. My personal branding I'm working on right now, and also for PiFlow, the business branding as well. It is like that's step number one. Like, who are you, right? Like, before you try to provide to people and in business, like provide value, like who are you, right? So that's a great topic.
Now to jump bridges to other questions, one of the most obvious ones is, what exactly is it that you're currently doing?
Yeah, so I run a podcasting agency. So we help people do one of two things: either from an idea. Usually, we work with people who already are making a lot of money, like through sales funnels, and they have digital revenue, and they have customer journeys and value ladders. And we just use podcasting to deepen relationships with their customers or prospective clients, or to build their network. So we help people either launch a podcast, viral giveaways, campaigns, just so it can hit the charts, or B, we do the monthly production distribution of their podcast as well, from audio to social media, and strategy and everything else. So we just try to focus on that one thing. And I've been splitting up into like selling courses and stuff now too, and which I've been doing for a bit, and my own personal brand stuff, because it is much better when you're a product of your product, which I've started to realize. So I've been getting more, like I started my own podcast like a month or two ago, only because for the past 3 years I was always focused on other people, and then this year I'm like, shit, I should just like start my own thing. So that's been going very well. So that's pretty much what I do in a nutshell. We work with some really cool people, and we have some other avenues we want to go in the future that are audio related, like audio advertisements and audiobooks. But we're just sticking to one thing right now. So yeah.
That's great. And the follow-up question to that would be, what exactly got you into this kind of business? Because it definitely seems like now it's one of those things where with exponential growth, you sort of reach into other avenues, like with, audio specifically.
It's definitely not like, oh, like an easy like A to B, A equals B. There was a lot of things that happened. I would say it started in high school. I was really obsessed with Deadmau5. He's in Canada,
Nice.
right? You guys know him.
Yeah, Deadmau5 is like he lives here in Toronto, by the way. He has like a flat here.
Yeah. I've seen his. I mean, I don't listen to him anymore. He kind of makes weird stuff.
Yeah.
Back when he was like, made good music. He used to live stream, dude. Like back, like
really?
Yeah, like on Ustream, like before there was like any other thing, or like.
Right.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, so he used to live stream, in the studio making music like 8 hours at a time. Like no editing, nothing. Just literally just him making music, sharing his screen.
Wow.
So I literally learned how to make music by watching his live streams, which was like insane to me when I was like in high school, and I was like didn't know my purpose. I didn't know, but this was like giving me so much fulfillment. And so I pretty much learned audio engineering, and I was doing a lot of music production through watching his live stream. Fast forward a little bit, I was when I dropped out of college, because I literally changed majors like 3 times. I didn't know what to do. It was not for me. And
what were the majors, if you don't mind me asking?
It doesn't matter. Like that's it. Like I literally.
I'm just curious.
No. Like I don't even like. I think it was computer science. There was 2 other ones. Like literally, it's literally had no effect.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all stuff that I thought society was saying that.
Because I finished engineering, and a lot of my like the community that like watches and follows me are a bunch of engineers, like wannabe entrepreneurs, and
that was
honestly, like I just want to touch base on that point. Sorry to interrupt. I want to get back to your story, but like, man, like I in terms of the schooling thing is like a lot of people just they don't know, like it's really hard that
you have to explore it, you can find out.
Yeah, you have to explore it. Try different things and figure out really what you're good at.
I mean, I guess it's one of my like personality traits is that I'm very like I go off of intuition, and like theory. So no one told me this. Like it literally it was just a gut feeling. And I'm like, God dang it, I gotta do something. So like I literally dropped out when I was 2 credits away from getting my associates. Like it was the stupidest thing ever.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing, man. Good for you.
But only because I knew if I put myself in like hard situations, usually that's when you make you're forced to make change. So I was forced to like learn and make money online. So I started like freelancing, audio editing, a lot of e-commerce, like some arbitrage, like buying and selling from Amazon, selling it on eBay. I was buying from Home Depot and Walmart, selling it on Amazon, stuff like that, until I got banned. I was making some good money, and then I got into drop shipping. I was making a lot of money drop shipping, actually. I was doing like $25K a month.
Nice.
And then I moved to Thailand because it was cheaper. Believe it or not, it's cheaper to live in Thailand.
Of course.
So
it's known as one of the best second-world countries.
Yeah. So I got into digital nomadism for like 2015, 16. So I was there for almost 8 months, and then I met someone who had a big agency, podcasting agency, and he was looking for an audio producer. So that's how I got in. And so I got in through the audio production route. I became a manager, client relationships, I worked my way up
Nice.
until I realized like a year and a half ago that I could do a better job than you, dude. So I started my own thing.
Nice.
And yeah, that's pretty much how it started.
And
I got
so,
lucky.
yeah,
I got lucky.
seeing on your website there. So it was you and one other person. Who was the co-founder?
This agency that we have.
Yes, it was the first one that popped up when I searched on Google.
Oh yeah, so that is Ryan Helms. He's actually so for the new agency, not when I first started. It's funny. I interviewed him, and he was like, "Dude, I want to start an agency too," because he comes from the corporate world, making a lot of money, super smart. But lifestyle is better than money, because you could be making $3 million a year and hate your life and be super stressed out, or you can make like $150,000 a year and like do everything you love and live fine.
Nice.
There comes a point where it's diminishing returns, where it matters less. So he was like, dude, I want the lifestyle. I don't want the money at the corporate. I don't want to ride this ladder. So I interviewed him. He already had a successful podcast, and he had skills that I didn't have. I don't know if you ever read the book Rocket Fuel. It talks about how the companies that grow the fastest is when there's two people. One's the visionary, like business development, the ideas, and the other is the integrator. And they can filter out your bad ideas, and they're good at organization and systems and like Steve Jobs and Wozniak. Like one was the coder, and then the other one was like Steve Jobs didn't know how to fucking code. Like he can't make products, or at least like the technical part, but he can think of them, and he can like think of the marketing and stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. And when I found someone who was that other piece of me, it's rocket fuel. You go much faster because then you're in your zone of genius.
Nice.
So that was a big factor because I was doing it on my own, but there were some things I was struggling with. Like I hate hiring people. I hate like managing people because I just like managing myself. So
it's a completely different like talent stream. So
so I got pretty lucky, and I mean I guess we could talk about that's another cool thing about podcasting. You can like literally talk to people, and then it could evolve into things, Like I literally met my business partner from interviewing him. So
it's a conversation. Conversations can evolve into like the sky's the limit, basically.
Of course, and really just going back to what you were saying is like really just focusing on what you're good at, like finding what you're good at, and then just focusing, like just taking it and just really doing it like a lot, every day.
Well, there's some self-awareness there too.
Yeah, it's a bunch of other things that are like on the back end that you have to like go and do to be able to get to living the 150K a year lifestyle and being in control of your time and doing the things that you love to do rather than making $3 million a year and just being miserable, right?
Yes.
A lot of it has to do with the concept of lifestyle, right? Because most people are grown up in the system of education that teaches you mathematics and sciences and English as like the pillars to sort of go out and become any sort of thing. No school, like there are business classes in high school, but they don't really touch on entrepreneurship at all because it's one of those things that's almost impossible to teach, right? It's something that
the whole
you can only
education
create through accumulation.
The whole education system, I think in America, I don't know about other countries, but it's super broken. Super broken.
It is.
It's similar.
It is.
Yeah, because we have the casting system that's connected to England. So we have the Catholic education system and the public. So it's a little different than in America, but it could be a lot better. The curriculum is it's not exactly pumping out.
It could be a lot better.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, the fact that all three of us went to school and dropped out of certain programs or skipped is kind of evident enough.
Like even now, now more than ever, like soft skills, like learning how to learn or understanding yourself and mindset is way more important because information's out there. There's literally nothing that's out there that isn't free. Like straight up, there's probably paid courses out there that I can find all that information for free if I wanted to. It's just the internet changed the game, dude. It's simple as that. And
once it's been allowed on the bottom, we can't get put back in.
And I was able to notice that. Like literally all the side hustles I did were from buying courses on Udemy. I don't know, I used to buy tons of, I don't know if you heard of Udemy, Udemy. I used to buy tons of courses on there about how to make money. for little things, and that's how I started like my entrepreneurship route, by educating myself, you know. So yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
So now, if you're ready, let's jump into what's happening tomorrow, because tomorrow's kind of a big day, isn't it?
Yeah. It's so I guess it is, but I'm not like whatever. It's weird because like I'm announcing it but it's almost like full already, to be honest, dude. Because we made the offer so insane. Like we're gonna have our team do things for people that they would never do, like the artwork, the intro, outro, and publicity sheets for 10 people in the matter of 21 days.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's the that I don't know if I skipped some stuff there. So it's the launch challenge. We're really trying to make it so that it can be evergreen. So if anyone ever wants to start it, they can join the challenge whenever they want. So we're just doing like a beta process to perfect it, and get the systems down, so that we can just run people through it and get people amazing results. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of good for a lot of people, because that's what most of it is. People can come up with great concepts for podcasts, and
it feels perfect.
The only thing standing in their way is
So I had a course before this, 7-figure downloads. Had like 150 students in it. We launched it like the end of 2018. I realized the problem. People only like 75, 80% of people did not launch a podcast, and they bought my course. I'm like, why did you buy my course and not launch a podcast? I'm like, what's happening?
Wow.
I realized people have a lot of like, at least in podcasting, I don't know, every market's different. People have insecurities. They're like, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know what my friends and family are going to think. How am I going to get listeners? All these like excuses. And I realized there wasn't accountability in that type of model. Like if you just release a course with a lot of information, if a person isn't mentally prepared, they're going to psych themselves out. It's just shiny object syndrome. They just bought it. They thought like, oh, because I bought it, that means that it's like they to them in their mind, they think that they're it because they bought it, but that's not the truth. When you buy a course, that has nothing to do with like doing the work. So the 21-day challenge was more result oriented, and it's like, hey, you're gonna start this and you're gonna commit it. There's something at the end, otherwise don't join it. We're much more excited about this model because we'll get someone to where we want them to go, and we'll actually hold their hand and we'll like course guide them. The other courses like out there, like they don't course guide you. So I'm more of a fan of challenges. One of my mentors told me that recently. So we're pretty excited about this challenge.
Yeah, and I just want to I just want to tie everything together because we've talked about the education system, right? And we've also talked about and this is just came about like we're going live. Like this is not like we're just doing this right now. Like this is just happening. We talked about the education system, and we talked about the course that you just launched, you just mentioned, and people just
the previous one.
Buying the course and not really doing the work. And then there's the challenge. So could you explain to us kind of, how the challenge, you mentioned some of the things right now, but I really want to highlight this because there's the education system, which just teaches you like a bunch of stuff. And then there's the course, which people just pay for and like buy and like watch and whatever. But then there's the challenge. So why is the challenge has proven like to work and it's actually working and getting people results? What is it about that mentor, mentee, teacher, student like relationship that is action driven? Do you have anything to say about that? And then I'm gonna open the floor for you, Daxy, to give us like, why does it work?
Yeah, the only thing I would add before obviously give your own answer is the idea and concept of a challenge obviously became very popular in these last few years. Yeah. Obviously, there's really bad versions of that, like the what was that?
Oh, the cinnamon challenge.
There's a cinnamon challenge. There's the blindfold yourself and drive your car challenge. So the better way to think about challenge as a concept is that it's the same as the internet or a gun or something. It's a tool. So it's up to the person whether or not to use it right. But what it does the best is take people who would otherwise not do something and actually get them to perform an action. So in the right hands, the challenge, like in the way that you've created and are going to be announcing and releasing tomorrow and going through is going to do a lot of good, right? I mean, that's
and why is that? Yeah, let's just shine the light on why do challenges work, and like what are we and why should people like participate, and what's in it for them?
So one, it's commitment. You know, when you join a challenge, you're like it almost pre-frames you for the next few weeks. You're not just living day by day, and you want to keep up with the pace. Two is accountability. Like I think that's the biggest one, accountability. I'm the type of person. I'm not gonna lie. I did not grow up on entrepreneur. I did not start doing shit on my own until I was like 22, 21. So I didn't have a lemonade stand. Like I'm not that person. I was horrible with money. My parents did not teach me good stuff. So I've always worked for other people. So I don't know if it's like built in me that I have to be accountable to other people. That's why I need a business partner. That's why if I really want to do something, I hire a coach who keeps me. I pay coaches for accountability, not for results, or not for information, because I know I can do a lot of stuff. I just don't know. I just need someone to like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, just how my mind works. So
hold your hand.
Yes.
No, just obligation.
I don't want to let people down. I don't want to be the person who lies to someone. I hate lying. So if I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it, then it just makes me look stupid and it'll ruin the relationship. And I don't like ruining relationships. So I've gotten huge results by paying people a lot of money and putting myself in uncomfortable positions, just so I can like reach that end goal. And it's obviously painful, but it can come out much better. So I think accountability is a big thing.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's why I think. I mean, every challenge is different. So it's hard to like do a broad stroke. I just think for this market where the whole thing is just to get started, and then you can like figure it out as you go. Like I tell people, like it doesn't matter. Like if you're comfortable with no one listening for the first 30 episodes, that's fine, because then you'll find your voice, you'll find your unique thing. Modeling other people works until about 80% of the way there. The last like 20% of your success is just being yourself, just doing things that are new. And like freestyle and improvising. So yeah, I mean, I want to do the challenge too, because right now there's a lot of people doing interview podcasts, which is great, but you're not going to make breakthroughs with interview podcast. You're not going to find your voice. You're not going to find your message. You're not going to find your unique, you're not going to create your unique audience if you're just highlighting other people. You have to have your own opinions out there and get comfortable, I call it the 3-step formula. You learn something, you apply it, and then you share it. So,
and why is that important? Like finding your voice and finding your unique audience. Like, cause like I mean, people just want to do a podcast and interview people, but why is it important that finding your unique voice?
Because no one can do it. Like it's literally just only you can do it.
Yeah.
Everything else anyone else can do. So it's like there's much more competition and saturation, and then your name never goes away, and who you are and what you say. So that's something that if you can build up, it'll never leave. So
nice.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, it's been great having you on, Daxy. It's been a great conversation.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for having me.
So for people that want to find more information about the challenge and that want to find like exactly what this is all about, I mean, I'm sure like you had 10 spots. I'm sure like they're probably most of them are already taken, or not. Like, give us more information about the challenge itself, for people that are interested, maybe not in the beta one, in the next one, or how they can find you, your social links and things like that.
Just reach out to me on Facebook, Daxy Perez, or Instagram works good. I am Daxy. Like you said, like this, it's gonna come again next month. So, yeah.
Alright. Well, thanks so much for coming on, and we'll talk to you again very soon, like in the next minute. So, for anyone who has Instagram, stay tuned.
Yeah, whatever you want to ask me, I do. Should be fun.
Yeah, and this is how you know you're in Toronto, because of the sirens that are going in the background.
Big city.
It is. Yeah. All right, so we're going live on Instagram right now.
Yes.
Awesome. So we're going to go away momentarily and figure out the Instagram
on Instagram. Sorry? What do you want to talk about on Instagram?
We can go over similar things, or we can make it more specific to I guess just the rapid pace of technology and things like that, and its relation to business and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So similar but different.
Yeah. Well, let's thank you guys for watching. Do you have an outro or?
The outro so far is first off, thanks Daxy, but also stay tuned with PiFlow itself, right?
Exactly.
Our website, PiFlowDigital.com, where business meets growth, as all
That's
things
it.
in marketing do.
That's
and stay tuned for future episodes.
Yeah.
Until then, adios.
Yeah. Peace. Okay.